Ahoy noodlings! Welcome back to Clockwork Dandy Noodles for another breakdown of Made in Abyss Season 2, Episode 11. There is one episode to go, and I have great news about that one episode. That one episode is going to be an hour long, and I am going to have to prepare myself mentally to break it down, record and break down for you guys. It's a long one, but I think it needs it. I don't want them to rush the ending on this because they could just simply just throw it out and give us OVAs, but I don't think that's right. I think we need to have a solid block of Made in Abyss coming our way. Next week will be a extra long review for you guys. Apologies if that video does go on the lengthy side. I do try to avoid making these things above 20 minutes because back in the day when we were producing longer videos, people didn't like it. It was a lot of work, but next week's video will be longer just because it's the end. I will naturally give you my score for the season as a whole as well. I normally do that out of 10, what my thoughts are on the series, so that's going to be tacked on to the end of whatever beauty or horror comes our way next week. It's a fantastic episode that I cannot wait to break down, but make sure you guys are subscribed. After next week, perhaps in about 8 to 9 days now, I'm going to bring you my review. End of season review where I tell you my top 3 anime of the season. What am I crowning king, queen of this season? What is my favourite anime? Honourable mentions were my least honourable mentions. Have I got any fun awards? Who's going to be winning Hospondo or Waifu? Who knows? Thank you guys so much. You made the last video the most successful video this season. Made in Abyss is crushing it, and at one point I thought it would be Shadow's House crushing it. They're doing great too, but Made in Abyss last week, 400 views, already smashed. Thank you guys so much because it means so much to me, because back in the day we used to be pulling in those numbers. That used to happen. Then YouTube smacked me with a good old copyright ban. It affected all of my outreach. All the videos after those strikes, they ended up being 10, 20 views. Before that, I was hitting thousands. Thankful that we are starting to return to form. It makes me happy because I am enjoying talking to you guys. You guys have made this season amazing, and it's been a rough season. You have made my month. Thank you guys so much. It really means a lot to be able to talk to you guys. Thank you guys so much. Do make sure you are subscribed because I'm bringing you what is coming our way next season. Full anime will be upon us. What's going to be accompanying us during the colder seasons? I've got 3 anime that I'm definite on breaking down. 1 anime that I want to announce for my new feature. I really can't wait to bring that to you guys because I'm trying to evolve the channel as we grow. Hopefully you guys will like the new idea. So let's just jump to it because we're going back to Factor's Revenge. It is continuing, but this time everything's going to come crashing down, maybe taking more of a plot twist than even Factor believed would happen. When she tries to go to attack Riko because she blames Riko for Reg not remembering who she is, Robot Gabu, he gets in the way and takes a direct hit from Factor, which ends up bringing him down. And he is one of Factor's Haku, one of her most treasured beings, and seeing him try and get in the way is heartbreaking and confusing to Factor, who is even like, you don't have to protect her. It looks like he is technically protecting her, but it's not actually what's going on. He's not just protecting Riko for Riko. Riko doesn't look so good, and I feel like I've missed something. I can't actually remember what happened to Riko. I have a feeling it's something to do with Waku anyway. Blame Waku, hashtag, is going to be the new thing because I think all of this is Waku's fault. He's still up to nefarious actions this week by dropping into a hole with Vare. Don't know what he's up to, but I don't like it. I don't think he's up to good things. Factor is told by Gabu he is protecting Factor from losing another Haku, which is Reg. If you attack Riko, Reg is going to hate you. He's literally going to hate you, and that's the one thing you don't want. So he is protecting both Riko and Factor, trying to stop her doing something that he knows that she is going to regret and is going to have a bad consequence because the person she really likes is then going to look at her in disdain. It is a struggle of conscience this week. This week it is Factor fighting her nature, fighting how she feels, fighting all the new information, and you guys have been telling me how much of a fantastic written character this character is. I loved her design from the start. This week I am upgraded somehow. The beautiful design I absolutely adore is somehow upgraded even better. I didn't think that was even possible, but this week she is literally trying to fight her very being. Her very being wants to get revenge. It wants to have the revenge of those people who consumed her mother. But it's a very complex feeling. Seeing Made in Abyss trying to write a character like this, we should be angry at her for trying to mass murder everybody, but at the same time, we also should be happy and cheering because this horrific scenario where a child was lured into something, eaten, her babies were eaten. We should also be angry at the villagers, but it's also a very complex. I don't know how to feel because I don't want to see everybody massacred, but at the same time I am angry about what happened to Irumi, but I also don't want to see Fapta murdering everybody. So it's a very complex situation which is very difficult to remark on, and this is often stuff that people didn't like back in the day when I couldn't give you a kind of commentary on complicated things. And this is supposed to be complicated, and even Fapta's inability at one point to even move tells you how complicated everything really is. But it is the return of my queen this week. Queen Nanachi is here. I love Nanachi. I think she's one of the best characters next to Fapta. I think these two are the queens and the princess of this anime. I love Nanachi. Her new upgrade is beautiful. The braids are gorgeous. The armor is gorgeous. If I didn't hate myself that much and I wanted to make a fursuit and make Nanachi, I would. I love her, but I also would want to make Fapta. I don't want to touch that zone because it's hot and it's a lot of work, but I do love these two. These two are fantastic. And Beleth, he did not look so good anyway, but he's on Team Nanachi and ends up finally fulfilling his own wish. He's been trying to sacrifice himself since we all got sick, since everybody started to get ill and fall down the rabbit hole of darkness and terror. He sacrifices himself by giving Fapta the memories that he holds. All of her mother's memories are within him. He knows everything and he passes it on to Fapta, which causes a little breakdown because Fapta is suddenly confused by seeing her mother's best friend, her mother's mother, if in a sense, because I guess Ver was a mother to Irumi, so this is her grandmother. These memories cast doubt upon Fapta, who initially was just going to go and rampage and kill everybody, but now she's just confused. She ends up just standing there, unable to move, unable to process the information that has now been given to her. We do get Nanachi and both Beleth confirming what I've been suspecting from day one. I think everybody suspects it, that Waku is the root of everything. #blame Waku. He knows something. He has been orchestrating everything. He has chosen this. And it's when Nanachi is trying to think logically, think of the worst case scenario. I love this. Always think of the worst case scenario and try and scale it back. And the worst case scenario is she suddenly realizes that he might want to get Riko on the deathbed, get her on her deathbed to coax Fapta to feel really, really bad. Oh God, I feel bad, Reg. I'm sorry. Here is one of my cradles of desire. Give it to Riko. And this is my apology, where Riko would then have her desire to travel granted, and this works in Waku's favour. It's a very smart way of thinking, Nanachi thinking what would benefit Waku the most, how's he going to benefit from the situation. We do see him then disappearing with Ver. I don't like the fact that he's got Ver right now. That really irritates me. I do wonder if maybe one last huzzah for maybe Iru. Maybe she is going to be able to take Waku down and save Ver, because that is technically her most precious thing. Maybe there'll be a last huzzah over there, not sure. It's scary thinking about Waku just basically seeing Riko as nothing more than a continuation of Iru and what's been going on. He's going to make her into a village. It'll be Riko village, and I don't like that. I don't like the way that Waku's thinking. So Fapta's breakdown is literally lining up with the breakdown of everything as we know. The village is crumbling, the natural predators are starting to come in, the cute cave dweller gets eaten, and you guys know me, I love these guys. These guys are fantastic, and every time I see one get crushed, eaten, or something horrible happens to them, heartbroken. These guys are just adorable. If I see them get eaten, it just ruins my day, so I guess I've got a ruined week now. Sad times. But another one ends up dead. Everything starts to fall apart as Fapta is literally versing everything. It's difficult because she's trying to protect her right to kill, and it's also very difficult for me to put images up because tempt YouTube after what happened last time. Like, now that we're finally starting to be on and up with the views, I don't want to upset YouTube. Very picky with what I put up. It doesn't like human being juice, so I've got to be very careful about what I choose. Visceral, it is violent, very, very fast-paced and heartbreaking to see Fapta getting destroyed. I wanted her to beat them up so badly, but her taking on absolutely everybody, she's not in peak form anymore. She's troubled, she's conflicted, her brain isn't in the right place, she's thinking about everything she's just learned. All these natural predators start to move in and take chunks out of her. Even at the end, when Fapta's laying on the floor unable to move, she just goes, what's the point of being immortal? What is the value in being immortal right now when I can't act, I can't do the right thing, I'm so conflicted. She was trying to fight for the right to kill and get her revenge, but now even that doesn't seem right. Contemplating, like, should I have stopped? Was the right thing to just stop and do nothing? We do see her mulling over what she should have done. The weight of what she's doing is bearing on her. Losing Gabu forever and then her own certainty, it all lines up with just creating Fapta's evolution, the evolution of Fapta into something somehow even more beautiful than I could have even imagined. I loved her normal design. I thought it was gorgeous, and seeing her evolve with the gold and the red highlights and the tail, and it looks so beautiful. I love this design. Whoever made this design needs a nice good old pat on the back. This is gorgeous. I love it. I don't know how you've created this. It's the realization that Fapta now finds herself in, and she needs to find her own value. She needs to determine her own role. Right now she's been acting on everybody else or her mother wants, but she needs to find out what it is that defines her, and defending her prey and then consuming it. But she does technically defend it, consumes them because they are willingly sacrificing themselves. They force her to eat parts of them, the weight of their actions back in the day when they had to eat her mother. Some of this stuff just sounds so gruesome as I say it, and I realise what I'm saying in these sentences. They end up returning the favour. Fapta ends up being saved by their actions, by them forcing her to consume parts of them and then eating them anyway. And that allows her to evolve, stand up, get strength, and turn into this beautiful form, Fapta Point 2. And this allows her to be upright. And I'm really hoping that she's able to defeat all the monsters and maybe find her own way, a way that doesn't involve her killing everybody off. Because even if she does kill everybody off, I don't think she's going to feel great about it at the end. I don't know. I just feel like that's going to affect her in a different way. She might feel great initially for exacting revenge, saving Irumi, but I don't think she's going to come back. I think she's going to be put to rest, if anything. Very complicated episode. One episode left. It is an hour long, so technically we have 2.5 episodes left. I'm happy that they're taking the time to end this properly, give it what it needs. As you guys have told me that it's going to be a while for us seeing season 3. Let's go out on a bang. As long as it's well written and it's well tied up, I'm going to be happy with it. How are we going to come out of it? How are we going to somehow defeat Waku? I feel like Waku is the problem. I feel like Waku needs taken out. I feel like he is the reason why we're in such a bad situation as it is. Hopefully next week we're going to have it all wrapped up for us. I can tell you what I scored this out of 10. I can't wait, but I'm also sad now because it means that there's no Made in Abyss after next week. That makes me sad because I love this anime and I've really been inspired by season 2. I can't wait to see what happens in the future, even if it is worth waiting for. But I understand why it takes such a long time to produce even a volume because of how much goes into those landscapes, how designed this world really is. Thank you guys so much again. You guys have really been there for me this season. Thank you so much. Maybe this video will outdo the last one. I don't even know if that is possible. It would be great to see the channel start to evolve as well. We are slowly edging towards 600. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see you next week. It's going to be an hour, so buckle up, get ready for a long breakdown. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.